Welcome to the English Recap Show on DDT Universe. I am Mr. Haku, and here today I am with
American Balloon.
Today we are here to review the January 28th DO Grand Prix Finals from Korakuen Hall. Now, given the departure of Diego, we have a new team here. Well, but who are we? And more importantly, what has gone down at the show? We will find out right now. Welcome to DDT English Recap Show. This is DDT DO Grand Prix 2018, the final taking place in Korakuen Hall. This is the first English recap show in 2018 for DDT proper. We had a show earlier on January 4th for Tokyo Joshi, but this will be the first for DDT. I am Mr. Haku, and I have with me here today
American Balloon.
the American Balloon.
This is a Japanese wrestling show, so you need to pronounce correctly. American Balloon.
Okay, so American Balloon.
Yes, that's right. Good.
Welcome, I should say, back to DDT.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
Yes.
Long-time fans may know who he is. He used to wrestle with DDT.
That's right. I was wrestling from about 2006 for a few years with DDT.
All right, and now he is back on the English recap show, given that we have now said hasta la vista to Diego. And to be perfectly honest, everything is still up in the air. This may be the last time we talk to you, but for today, here we are recapping the DO Grand Prix Finals from January 28th. Now, going back to the DO Grand Prix, this was the first round-robin style tournament in the 20-year history of DDT. And here we have the results of the A block, which was a very competitive block, I must say, with Harashima actually winning at 8 points. However, even he lost his first 2 matches, as you can see on the charts. And also Takeshita and Endo, if they came in second at 7 points. But as you can see, if they hadn't tied each other, they would have been up against Harashima right at the top.
So the black dot is a win.
Actually, the black dot is a loss.
The black dot is a loss, the white dot is a win, and the triangle is a tie or some other kind of result.
Yes, yes. But in this case, Endo and Takeshita, they actually had a full-time draw.
Okay.
So here we have Harashima coming out as the champion of the A block, and he will be competing in the finals today. Now, before the screen turns, I'm just going to go ahead to the B block, where Ishikawa practically stormed through everybody and scored a whopping 10 points. He only had 1 loss against Daisuke Sasaki, who is, if you know, they're from the same unit, and Sasaki is actually the owner of Shuji Ishikawa, who is considered his pet.
Wow.
This might be rather confusing for someone who hasn't seen DDT for a while, but for all of you who have been watching DDT, you know that Sasaki has 2 pets right now, Ishikawa Shuji and Mad Polly. And today, a little bit of foreshadowing, you will be seeing and hearing about a 3rd pet in the Damnation stable.
Doesn't sound so unusual for DDT.
Yes.
The question is, does he play favorites with his pets?
Yet to see. We have yet to see, especially with the 3rd pet, who will be actually somebody who is quite prominent in the wrestling world. It's somebody actually you know very well too.
Wow, okay.
Yes. And you will find out.
Looking forward to it.
All right. Now, here we go. On the screen, we will have the rest of the card. Let me just read through this real quick. The opening match will be Watase Mizuki and Yuki Ueno against Yukio Sakaguchi and Kota Umeda. 3 of them in the developmental DNA brand, with Yukio Sakaguchi, who is stablemates with Umeda in the Shuten Doji stable. Now the number 2 match is an infomercial match. Now, do you know what an infomercial match is?
I know what an infomercial is.
Right. We've never seen an infomercial match before.
This will be my first time.
All right. Be looking forward to that with Super Sasadango Machine and Saki Akai going against Antonio Honda and Tanomsak Toba. Third match is a three-way tag match with Kazusada Higuchi and Daiki Shimomura, Koki Iwasaki and Soma Takao against Masa Takanashi and Kudo. Now, you know some of these gentlemen.
Of course.
And some of them are actually quite new from the DNA brand, so you may not be familiar with them, but after today, I think they will be leaving a strong impression on you.
Oh.
Right. Now, match number 4, we have Joey Ryan and Jiro Ikemen Kuroshio from Wrestle 1 up against Danshoku Dino and Keisuke Ishii. Now, are you familiar with Jiro Kuroshio?
Yeah, he's from Wrestle 1, isn't he?
And you were related to Wrestle 1 in certain regards?
Yeah, I worked with Wrestle 1 running an international camp.
Right, right. So that's where the relationship comes in. Now, going on to match number 5, dubbed the NWA Final Concert in Korakuen Hall. This is Oishi, Katsumata, and Mao, the new wrestling idol, against their arch nemesis Takagi Sanshiro, Hirata, and Toru Owashi. And the semi-final, we have Konosuke Takeshita, Akito, and Mike Bailey against Daisuke Sasaki, Endo Tetsuya, and Mad Polly, the aforementioned pet of Daisuke Sasaki. And then following up will be the main event, the B block winner Shuji Ishikawa going against the A block winner Harashima. Now we go on into the undermatch. The undermatch basically is the dark match, but this being on the network, the DDT universe, it's really not a dark match, so we call it an undermatch.
Undermatch.
Yes. Now, already in the ring is Nobuhiro Shimatani, and making an entrance right now is Naomi Yoshimura. Now, Shimatani here, again, is an unofficial trainee of the Damnation stable with Sasaki and teammates, while Naomi Yoshimura here, now he has his own stable in DNA called Naomi Kingdom.
He's very orange today.
Always very orange.
Very orange.
And very defiant too.
Indeed, we can see the middle fingers.
All right.
That is the classic sign of defiance.
All right, flipping the birds.
And that's what he gets for it right there. Drop kick to the back.
But he doesn't go down.
No, that's 3. Still up. Ducking the clothesline. Kick to the gut. Into the ropes, reverses it. And he's not going anywhere.
No.
He comes, drop down. And a beautiful drop kick. That time he's down.
Yep. Finally succeeds in getting him down.
Had a good jump on the right to the head.
Now, Naomi and his stable, Naomi Kingdom, is currently running roughshod over the entire DNA roster. And while Yoshimura was pretty much a lone wolf in the DNA brand, now he's begun to bring in some outside help for his faction, including members from promotions like IGF.
Wow. Growing bigger and bigger.
Now, Yoshimura, he's also scheduled for a singles match on February 14th, Shinjuku Face DNA show, which will also be on DDT Universe for you to watch, which probably will be, it might be on the Universe by the time you hear this English recap show. Knife edge chops by Yoshimura.
And Yoshimura is really taking control of the beginning of the match.
If you notice how very well built Yoshimura is, especially his thighs, which is very impressive for someone still in developmental.
What is his sports background?
Not sure. It sure looks like somebody who does have an extensive background. I believe maybe it was judo? I may have to check on that.
Yeah, it definitely looks like legs from combat sports. I would have to guess amateur wrestling, judo, something like those lines. Looks like Shimatani has taken back a little bit of control, an elbow in the corner. Up to the top, what's going to happen? And a back elbow. And Shimura out on 2. He's going to need a little bit more leverage than that to take him over, I think.
Shimatani,
too big.
Shimatani full of energy, but Yoshimura just too strong for Shimatani.
Ooh.
No.
And there goes his momentum.
No. Just with one throw. Body slam.
Ooh, moved out of the way. Oh, that's a nice one. Nice roll up. Crucifix on the ground, but out on 1.
Another roll up.
I think he's going for another one. They're not letting it happen.
Nope. Oh, reverses the brain buster.
Ooh, we got him.
Oh,
Shoulders are up.
Nope.
That's the problem. He's too big to hold on to him like that.
Couldn't keep him down.
No, I needed to grab both legs on that one.
Oh, did you hear those headbutts?
I hear them, but I'm worried about who they're hurting more.
Oh.
I think headbutt could have been a mistake there.
Yeah. He did seem a bit loopy when he was running into the ropes. Oh! I think that would have been a 3, but Yoshimura just brings him up.
Ah.
To make a statement.
Just like the middle fingers in the beginning. A little bit of defiance and cruelty from Yoshimura.
Most definitely. It did seem like the headbutt had somewhat of an effect, but just not enough to keep him down.
Just from the way he looks, he's not the kind of guy I'd want to try and headbutt.
I wouldn't even bother to be in the ring with him at any moment.
He did show his spirit, though. He tried his best.
Yes. And you will be able to see more DNA action on DDT Universe, next match being, again, on February 14th at Shinjuku Face. Right here we have assistant producer Ima Bayashi, and this will be the official opening of the show today.
本日はご来場誠にありがとうございます。DDT プロレスリングアシスタントプロデューサー今林誠也と申します。どうぞよろしくお願い申し上げます。それではいつものようにこの時間をお借りしまして前説をさせていただきます。まずですね最初に皆様にお願いがございます。
Now I don't know if you're familiar with the format here, but what we always do is they have a opening where Imabayashi goes through the recent topics of DDT. Right now, first, as always, as you're all familiar, he is promoting the effort Takaya Mania, which is a relief fund for the injured Yoshihiro Takayama.
Very sad.
Yes. And but there has been an outpouring of international support for him.
That's wonderful.
Which is beautiful, yes. And DDT continues to support Takayama-san and Takaya Mania. Now, here he's explaining how the show is live on DDT Universe, Samurai TV, and Abima TV. Now, Abima TV, the international fans may or may not be aware, what's happening is this is basically a streaming app that works much like terrestrial or cable TV. And this company is actually a subsidiary of Cyber Agent, who has become DDT's parent company last fall. And Abema TV is a joint venture between Cyber Agent and TV Asahi.
And very popular, I might mention. I see lots of people using it all over here, Tokyo.
That's right. And the DDT wrestlers appear on a lot of Abema TV programming, not just their wrestling shows. They have programs such as the best of DDT matches, or Dino and Takeshita appear on video game playthrough programming. And even there's a show where Makoto Oishi coaches some virgin boys on how to hook up with women.
That would be interesting.
Yes, they are all over the place. So if you are an English speaker in Japan, I definitely suggest that you get the app. And well, if you're not in Japan, well, I won't comment, but apparently...
Move to Japan and get the app.
Yeah. Or, I believe there are some ways of getting around, but I'm just not going to comment on the details of that.
There may be.
Yes. Now, due to changes in the arrangement with Korakuen Hall, going forward, DDT cards in Korakuen will no longer have the mid-show breaks. So, this show too, the English recap show, will go all the way through without any breaks. Alright, so right now we're seeing the new wrestling Idol, not idols. Idol. So that's why they're NWA and not NWI. Well, since this is going to be their last show today, they're releasing a special t-shirt, CD, which apparently they just sold out right now before the show is even starting.
Did you get one?
No. I was thinking they would help a brother out and give me one for free, but haven't gotten one yet. No.
They're sold out. They're gone.
Yep.
It's too late.
Unless I know that Katsumata, one of the guys in the NWA, is printing all those CDs by hand. So maybe, So maybe he can get me one. Okay. Going on, we have these acrylic keychains. And here we go, 8x10s for Saki Akai. Now, I did say 8x10s, but since we are under the metric system here in Japan, I'm not so sure whether they are actually 8x10.
We'll need to get some kind of international ruler and figure it out.
Or the US can just go to the metric system.
That might be a good idea.
About time. All right, now here going on, these are some more shows going on in the future which will be available on DDT Universe. March 14th at Shinjuku Face, this is going to be called the DDT Collection, which is entirely produced by Saki Akai. And another show on April 1st, which is going to be the next Korakuen show, since after, not the next, but the one after the March 25th Sumo Hall big show. It's basically going to be sort of like the Raw after Mania.
Tie up all the loose ends.
Right, yes. And new developments. So that should be a very special show on April 1st. Now, appearing on screen is a beautiful woman in a swimsuit under the logo Yaros. Now, do you know what Yaros is?
I always thought it was a rather insulting term.
Well, it translates to dudes. And basically what this is a show which is a show that only males can attend as the audience. Females are prohibited. And they have a very manly, masculine, testosterone-oriented show with lots of guys, the sweatier ones, the less cuter idol-like, but the more buff, the more Haas type guys, and a whole lot of divas on the match too.
I see. So if a woman wanted to attend, how convincing would they need to be with their real appearance?
I think now that we have the DDT Universe, it's much easier and safer if they just sat back, stayed home, and watched over the DDT Universe, as opposed to try and figure their way into the crowd.
But you know the way the internet is now. You never know. You might be getting
That's that's right.
Check if your mail or not to cut off your access to the content. At least you should try to get a fake mustache on before you watch it.
Or just tape up your camera. Would also work. Now, okay, so here is the card for Yaros. Actually, there's a lot of both DNA guys and DDT guys on the show. First match, Naomi Yoshimura and Joe Akira versus Akito and Kazuki Hirata. Second match, Kazusada Higuchi, Ken Oka versus X. And going against Oishi Makoto, Mizuki Watase, and Double X. Followed by a, I'm just gonna not explain everything here for lack of time, but there's gonna be a Divas match. Also, I should mention that special appearances by Kikutaro and Kohei Sato.
Those are two very famous and interesting fellows too.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh wait, they're talking about another match. See what it is. Oh, there's a video for this show.
悪徳経営者に過酷な労働を強いられてはいないだろうか。社畜なんてもう嫌だ。そう思ったことはないだろうか。声を上げろ。立ち上がれ。団結せよ。戦え。我々は高木三四郎を訴える。大社長高木三四郎大橋徹 VS 映像班今成夢人映像班
Okay, this is gonna need some explaining. See, there they go. Those are our friends actually from the video production team of DDT, DT Yuta and Yumehito Imanari. They basically film all the content on DDT TV and as well as all the vignettes and the promos, you know, during the shows, and they are clearly overworked. And right here, they are actually revolting against Takagi Sanshiro and challenging him for a match at
There's only
Yaros.
so much you can take.
Right, that's right.
Bringing your boss into the ring, getting a chance to...
Of course. Now this is very ironic how Takagi, you know, he models his wrestling career after his favorite wrestler, Stone Cold Steve Austin, which was the guy who was usually the anti-authority guy. But right here, Takagi is in that boss position being revolted against.
Indeed.
Right. So this will happen on February 6th on the Yaros show, which will also be on the DDT universe. And right now we have members of DNA promoting the aforementioned February 14th Shinjuku Face Show. Now this is actually a pretty important, interesting card with special guests, the junior stars, Koji Kanemoto and Minoru Tanaka.
Legends.
Legends and staples of the 90s junior heavyweight wrestling scene in Japan, the legendary scene.
Oh, that was such a good time.
Yes.
対戦島谷と対戦したオレンジのやつが僕と対戦するんですけど
Well, this is Kota Umeda right here, wrestling against Naomi Yoshimura, who just won the undermatch earlier.
新しい DNA を見せていきたいと思いますなんでご来場お待ちしており
What do you
ま
think?
す
Does
よ
he
ろしく
have
お
a
願いし
chance?
ます
Well, he is
大丈夫です大丈夫です
Umeda, widely known as the #1 guy currently in DNA. So if anybody, it will be him that will be able to stop Naomi Kingdom.
How to stop those big thighs and that middle finger.
Exactly.
2月14日バレンタインデーになりますね、DNA 新宿フェイス大会、どうぞよろしくお願いいたします、3人どうもありがとうございました。はい、それではですね、毎回選手にオープニングコールをお願いしておりますが、本日お願いする選手なんですが、今日で解散が決定しておりますニューレスリングアイドル NWA の皆さんでございます。
And so DDT always does an opening, what they call an opening call before every show. And here we have the 3 members of NWA.
にちは。おいおい、今日解散しまーす。おいおい、みんな笑顔で終わりましょうね。おいおいおい、晴れた空、僕は上を向いて空眺めて一人考える。広い空動く雲は不思議だね。いじめうの腹に僕一人、この空はずっと続いてる。どこまでも僕は今気づいたよ。一人じゃない。拳に突き上げろ。このままじゃ僕は終われない。行くぜ、顔上げて。君も一人じゃない。自分信じて今走り出せ。思っていた俺は一人、俺に届いたみんなの気持ちやリングで暴れて笑顔咲かせて。ああマジで見ちゃう。すがないとわかんない。俺たちはみんなステージバカ騒ぎだから今だけだぞ。つまずき悩んでも大丈夫。前を向け、その光つかむんだ。拳に突き上げろ。このままじゃ僕は終われない。やるぜ、打ち破れ壁を越えていく。悔しい、負けたくないだろう。立ち上がれ。皆さん試合の前に声出しましょう。おいおい、まだもっとください。いきますよ。おいおい、もっとラストですから今日これ歌うの最後です。おいおいおいおい、 Going my way、 自分の道を行く。切り開け新しい時代を。拳に突き上げろ。このままじゃ僕は終われない。行くぜ、顔上げて。君も一人じゃない。自分信じて今走り出せ。拳に突き上げろ。このままじゃ僕は終われない。やるぜ、打ち破れ壁を越えていく。悔しい、負けたくないだろう。立ち上がれ。僕たちやりたい俺今日で解散しますけど、最後は皆さんの大声援で送り出してください。よろしくお願いします。よろしくお願いします。
大丈夫ですか皆さん。
大丈夫ですか。
最後なのに
大丈夫大丈夫
歌詞忘れてるし、
大丈夫大丈夫。じゃあ
声出してくださいって一番大石さんが声出てなかったからね。
このスタートでまたちゃんと声出すんで
大丈夫ですか。はい。
いややっちゃったな。知らなかった、
はい
フル歌うって。
いいですか。皆さん準備はいいですか。OK、それじゃあ DDT 後楽園ホール大会スタート。 Happy birthday to you、 Happy birthday to you、 Happy birthday dear Moto、 Happy birthday to you。
There you go. That's Mao's 21st birthday.
Birthday for him. The
Yeah.
last performance on his birthday.
That's right. He's 21 years old, very young, and if you know the female wrestler at DDT, Cherry, she is actually apparently the same age as the mothers of Mao and Katsumata Shunma in red here.
No.
Well, that's what they said.
Really?
Yes. That's what you get when DDT, it's in their 21st year, you know, with their long history. We're getting second generations here.
Incredible. I hope somebody got him an NWA CD for his birthday.
Well, maybe, maybe not.
ドライブに臨むことができておりますんで、もっと喋ろう。21歳も、はいはい、頑張れ。21歳も、昨年以上に突っ走って。
There we go, our friends again, Murata-san and Suzuki-san, two staples of Japanese wrestling ring announcement.
もうずっとやってきた相手なんですけど、
NWA のデビューからやってきた相手なんですけどね。
僕なんかカトゥー時代からやってるからね。
うわ、すげえ。2014年ぐらいから。
もう本当に今日が最終決着戦なんで、皆さん、LWA 勝つとこ見たいですよね。
はい、ありがとうございます。
オッケー。
じゃあ真央、
じゃあ真央ちゃん行ってください。
よし、じゃあ行きますよ。DDT 後楽園ホール大会スタート。オープニングマッチ、渡瀬瑞希、上野勇気 VS 坂口幸雄、梅田浩太。第2試合、インフォマーシャルマッチ、大将高橋はじめ税理士事務所、スーパー笹団子マシーン赤井咲 VS アントニオ本田頼む作鳥羽。第3試合、スリーウェイタッグマッチ、樋口和貞下村大輝 VS高尾相馬岩崎幸輝 VS 工藤高梨正宏。第4試合、黒潮イケメン二郎ジョイ・ライアン VS 男色 D の石井圭介。第5試合、 LWA ファイナルコンサート in 後楽園ホール T2 ヒート。これが本当のラストファイナル最終決着戦。大石誠勝俣俊馬真央 VS 高地三四郎大橋徹平田和樹。セミファイナル、佐々木大輔遠藤哲也マッドポーリー VS 竹下幸之助アキトマイク・ベイリー。メインイベント、 DO グランプリ2018優勝決定戦 B ブロック1位石川修司 VS A ブロック1位原島。2018年1月28日東京後楽園ホール DO グランプリ2018 The Final。
Alright, so going into the first match. Now we just saw a wonderful video that recapped all the amazing matches of the DO Grand Prix. I think that short video showed just how wonderful this tournament has been. And again, today is the final of this DO Grand Prix. And now we are starting with the opening match with Yuki Ueno. And entering the ring second, Mizuki Watase. Now, Ueno, as some of you may know, is actually classmates in school with the champ, Konosuke Takeshita, who is still a college kid. And they train together, and you can see how, you can see his wonderful physique, how hard they train together. They recently won the Differ Cup tag tournament together. That being Ueno and Takeshita. And while Takeshita is champion, Ueno is still with developmental DNA, still working his way up.
Well, he's got a good chance to work his way up in this match because he's going against Yukio Sakaguchi and
Kota Umeda. That's right, of Shuten Doji. Now, I think this is the first time Kota Umeda is actually coming in with that matching short black robe, which is a signature costume of Sakaguchi. Umeda Kota looking very defiant. And Yukio Sakaguchi looking very scary as usual.
as usual, yes.
Yukio with the MMA background, enticing Ueno to wrestle on the mat. This match could end in any second. Now the wrestlers of DNA are not, unlike certain young developmental wrestlers in Japan, they're not forced to wear black short tights and black boots, but I think Ueno here and coincidentally Umeda do so by choice.
But they can wear whatever they want.
Yes. But, you know, as the black short and tights sort of is symbolic of young Japanese wrestlers, I think many of them actually choose to do so. Oh.
Ooh, a nice drop kick off of
The back of his partner. No, his opponent.
his opponent, right?
Now, Watase coming in with a lot of fire here, but he's actually also a wrestler slash professional comedian.
A comedian?
Yes. You know, definitely puts on a very different air when he is on stage as a comedian and when he wrestles with DDT.
I think it's a good combination. You're at your weakest when you're laughing.
That's right.
Just choking him with the boot. Ooh, look at that.
Well, Umeda, again, arguably the top guy in DNA right now. Probably, obviously has the upper hand over Ueno, but again, I can't stop admiring what a great build Ueno has.
I might just say that was two very, three very powerful leg strikes to the head. I think this might actually be it. He could be out.
Oh. Kicks out at 2.
Up somehow.
Now I think you're hearing the word boss on the Japanese feed every here and then. Apparently Yoshimura, who is guest commentating, has gotten the other Japanese commentary desk, Murata and Suzuki, to call him the boss now. Yeah. Ooh. Very loud kick to the chest. And another.
He's gotten up twice, but how many more times can he? He blocks the kick and over to the face. Got another kick.
Now Umeda, he returned just this last November from torn ACL, and he was out for over a year. But watching him wrestle here, he seems to be fully recovered.
Yeah, those are tough injuries to get over to.
2 and 3. So Umeda wins, scores the pin, and maintains momentum into his match with Naomi Yoshimura at DNA on February 14th, winning with the Umeda driver. Now, Sakaguchi was the only non-developmental wrestler in this match, but seems like Umeda did a bulk of the work, not relying too much on the veteran here, scoring the pin mostly on his own accord.
It's true, just a little bit in the beginning, but apart from that, it was all Umeda.
Right. Moving on to match 2, the aforementioned infomercial match. Now I would need to explain this. We did have these in the past, but today the infomercial match is sponsored by the Hajime Takahashi tax office.
Tax office?
So he's a tax accountant, trying to promote his business in DDT. Sasadango here walking in with what looks like he's got something in his hand. And Sakia Kai also coming in with what looks like a tote bag, which she doesn't usually carry to the ring with her. Guess we'll have to wait for an explanation here, which shall be provided by Super Sasadango Machine with his notorious PowerPoint presentation, perhaps? He's already walking back to the announcer's desk. That's where he usually does his PowerPoint presentation, so I think that's what we can expect here.
Oh, we need some explanation.
And their opponents, Antonio Honda and Tanumsak Toba. Wonder how they're going to actually put on an infomercial match for a tax accounting office. Okay, so there we go. These are always very difficult to translate. We'll try our very best here. Okay, so the presentation is about filing tax returns and saving on taxes.
Very important.
まずはじめに確定申告とは何か、簡単に説明しますと、1年間の所得を計算した申告書を税務署に提出し、納付すべき所得税額を確定すること。本当にですね、面倒くさいし意味が分かりません。でもですね、これ我々のような給料以外の収入がある人はこれ絶対にやった方がいいと。
Emphasizing the importance of filing tax returns and saving on taxes to ensure that you get as much returns on your taxes as possible.
Right, and a lot of you may be watching from many different countries. Every country tends to have its own, tax filing requirements and whatnot. But generally in Japan, salaried workers don't have to file tax returns.
Right, but wrestlers, being independent contractors and sole proprietorships, they have to file their own taxes and ensure that basically to expense as much as possible to shrink down your earnings so that you can avoid paying taxes. So as you can see here on the screen, all the wrestlers are being instructed on how they all have multiple sources of income. For example, Toba-san here, he actually has a side job or even a main job producing, how should I call it, adult-oriented films?
I guess that's a good way.
Yes. So they have multiple sources of income, so they have to ensure that they file those correctly and expense accordingly.
まあそのためにですね、今日のね、高橋先生のところで確定申告相談仲間というのが新宿のゴールデン街で確定申告。
All right, so this is where the Mr. Takahashi, the tax accountant, comes in. He can give you guidance on how to save on your taxes by racking up expenses, basically.
まず我々のようなものが還付金を増やす方法、簡単に言いますとこれだけ経費を増やすんです。で、特に私たちのような
So they're explaining how for wrestlers to rack up expenses, what can you do?
大事なことに気づいたんですよ。それが凶器です。
So foreign objects.
Foreign objects.
So if you bring in something as a foreign, so there you go. So he bought an iPhone X for over $1,000. But if he uses this as a foreign object in a match, that becomes a work-related expense.
Deductible, yes.
Deductible. Very smart.
But that's the thing, it has to be used in the ring,
right,
to be a business expense.
So there you go. The tote bag we saw earlier that Saki Akai brought in, which is over $1,500. Very expensive, but again, if it's used in the match as a foreign object, it becomes deductible. So Antonio Honda, a stuffed animal from the 50s, which cost him over $700. Okay, so this is another thing that requires explanation. The Tenga egg is basically a sex toy for lonely single men. And apparently he purchased them to use in his adult-oriented film production, but didn't use it, therefore rendering it undeductible unless he uses it in the match today.
Yeah, well, that's something he better hurry up and do before tax season.
There you go, that's the stuffed animal there coming out of the $1,500 bag, and the sex toy eggs.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around how that egg would help anybody, but I don't think we need to go into the details.
I think you will see in the match. But for those of you interested, I guess you could always go to Google and Google Tenga eggs to see how they are being put to use.
Yeah, just make sure you have a strong stomach because you never know what's going to come up. I think this is the first time I've actually seen a cell phone used by a wrestler in a ring. Usually that's a bit of a no-no.
Right. Yeah.
When I'm in the ring, I oftentimes want to take calls, but you know, I can't.
Right. Important calls from your family and.
Yeah, from other sources of income and whatnot, right?
That's right.
Well, I can absolutely see how Antonio spent that much on that stuffed tiger there.
Well, apparently, according to my sources, he has a very bad habit of just clicking away on eBay, and that's where he spends all his money.
He needs a hobby, a different hobby.
There we go. iPhone in hand versus stuffed animal in hand. Oh.
Still, 80,000 yen. What's that? About $700.
Oh, nope.
A lot of money for.
Oops. Selfie moment. Okay.
Well, it looks like they're both happy with the picture.
Yep. Very grammable picture. So, now that they've used that in the match, does that iPhone X now clear as being, qualify as being texted? Oh, wait. His Toba usually has boxing gloves on. I think what he has on his hand is actually what was inside the Tenga egg.
Oh. Look at that. In about 1 minute, we've got a lot of deductible expenses now.
Right. But, you know, I think she should be a little bit more gentle with the bag. I mean, you know, she might get a tax deducted, but what's the use if it just rips in two, you know?
Well, I mean, the use of it is what you just did with it, right?
Yep.
That's why it's deductible.
Right. Well,
it looks okay, though.
There you go. There you go. Further use of the Tenga egg. Now that we've actually seen what's inside the Tenga egg, I'm still not sure how that gets put to use.
Off comes the mask.
Well, I know this isn't how it's supposed to be used, but...
Is there something slippery inside there?
I think it comes with, like, a lubricant.
I see.
It's got these patterns on them.
They sure do.
But, it's, Honda's giving up because he couldn't breathe, but... Well, he wanted to give up, but since he hasn't done anything in the match yet, he's gonna tell a old Japanese folk tale before giving up called Gongitsune. Well, Gongitsune talking to the tax accountant. He's asking whether the PowerPoint presentation was created under the guidance of Mr. Takahashi. Mr. Takahashi says yes.
実はな、アントニオ・ホンダとは容姿の抜かりの姿。私の正体は国税庁マル秘査察課に勤めるマルサのホンダだ。
Gongitsune today is actually an agent of the IRS.
Is that right?
Yes. Oh, so they're gonna arrest Takahashi for tax evasion guidance. Oh, no, he's getting cuffed. Well, Sasadango is going to be arrested for assistance in the tax evasion. They're going to arrest Toba for use of illegal drugs, which is there's absolutely no grounds, no evidence whatsoever.
But he looks the part.
Oh yeah, I think he's just been punched in the head many times. Well, Akai is being arrested for misrepresentation of her true age and misrepresentation of body measurements.
I've got arrested for that once.
And for stealing Honda's heart. Toba saying he's not sure whether he has ever used illegal drugs or not. To be perfectly honest, he doesn't remember. Oh. But in the midst of all the turmoil, Sasadango takes the pin and wins the infomercial match.
I thought that Honda already gave up.
Well, actually, he went into his Gongitsune story before he gave up, so technically he hadn't given up yet. No.
So in the record books, it's Sasadango by pin.
Yes. And an arrest on the tax accountant, Mr. Takahashi. So Sasadango reminding us on the importance of the proper understanding of saving taxes and filing tax returns. And recommends that we use tax accountants in the process, like gentlemen like Mr. Takahashi. Oh, Takahashi's being taken away. That's the Japanese courtesy of putting a towel over handcuffs so that it doesn't get broadcast. This is a very Japanese thing here.
Looking pretty broadcast right now, though, unfortunately.
So he paid for a sponsorship and ended up being taken away in handcuffs.
Anything's possible.
One hell of a day for Mr. Takahashi. Moving on to the third match. This Godzilla-like scream, we know that Kazusada Higuchi will be entering the ring. This will be a three-way tag match between the team of Daiki Shimomura and Kazusada Higuchi versus the team of Koki Iwasaki and Soma Takao versus two more members of Shuten Doji, Masahiro Takanashi and Kudo. Daiki Shimomura, a member of DNA, and Kazusada Higuchi, a graduate of DNA, and a former sumo wrestler.
So if I'm not mistaken, this is to be a tornado tag match.
Yes, no tagging required.
No tagging required. Now with a tornado tag match, sometimes we need one person on the outside and the other on the inside. Sometimes they can just both come in, you know, willy-nilly.
Yes.
How is the setup here?
Well,
what's the rule?
As is the case with everything else in DDT, the refs tend to be lenient.
I see.
So I think you will see, you know, relatively a lot more turmoil than not. So there we go, in the red Phoenix jacket, Soma Takao with his partner Koki Iwasaki, another member of DNA. Making their entrances now, Masa Takanashi and Kudo, who are both members of Shuten Doji and the current six-man champions of Masa Takanashi, Kudo, and Yukio Sakaguchi, who we see right here at ringside. Shuten Doji is a really closely knit unit, and most often you will see the non-participants of the match seconding at ringside, like we're seeing right here, right now. Now starting off the match, Soma Takao, Masa Takanashi, and Higuchi, looking like he's going to go up against the both of them. Now, Higuchi very tall and powerful, towering over both of them.
Oh, I thought they had him, but he can handle them both.
Yeah. Now Higuchi with his very classical-looking high-waisted tights, very reminiscent of other wrestlers who have been converted from sumo. There's a long tradition of former sumo wrestlers going into pro wrestling in Japan, and he is one of the latest sumo wrestlers that have done so. Now in the ring, that's Kudo, Koki Iwasaki with the green tights, and Daiki with the blonde hair and the orange. Now the DNA guys naturally, oh, I thought they would gang up on Kudo, but I guess not.
So now there's only two in the ring, so either Takanashi or Kudo could come in.
That's right. Or they could just wait things out.
They could.
Oh,
there's Takanashi, speak of the devil. The dynamism of the no tag rule at work.
Oh, Kudo saving Takanashi here. Oh, Didn't go so well the second time. Oh, Takanashi again. A very smart, technical veterans here, working together like a well-oiled machine. Ooh. Knees to the belly.
Yeah, they know what each other is thinking. And I know that Kudo and Takanashi have been friends for a very long time, too.
A very, very long time.
Even back when I joined DDT, they were together a lot on the, spending a lot of time together on the tours.
Right. Now, speaking of Kudo, he was not entered into the DO Grand Prix because he was out due to injury in the fall. But he won what was called the PO Grand Prix on January 14th. Hosted by the producer, hence the P, Danshoku Dino. And now he has the opportunity to challenge for the Extreme Championship against the current champion, Yuko Miyamoto. And as for Takanashi, he didn't fare so well at the DO Grand Prix. He only had one win, but the win was against the current champion, the KOD champion, Takeshita. So, I don't know if I can really say he didn't fare too well. Right here, Kudo up against Higuchi.
The kicks against the chops.
Oh! Slap the chop, slap the kick away.
Yeah, I think he chopped the kick away. But Kudo still managed to figure out a way to knock him down. Ooh, look at that, he's got both of their noses.
His signature, oh, no, could not pull it through.
I don't think that double clothesline was even consensual there.
No. It's Takanashi manipulating. Oh, look at that. An innovative double submission here. Oh. Gets out of the way. So on fire, taking on both of Shutendoji at once.
Going up to the top. Ooh, stumps right on his back.
Takao calling for his finisher, the gin and tonic. Will he get it? Nope. Wrestlers coming in from everywhere. Oh, Iwasaki getting up the huge body of Higuchi. Now, Shutendoji here is the only team with no developmental DNA wrestler here, so I would imagine they would have to be in a must-win position, also being champs, but, oh.
Yeah, anything else would certainly be an upset.
Huge backspin kick.
I think he's out.
Now, is it a smart strategy to go against the biggest guy in the match? Oh. Takes him out.
Well, you gotta take him out when you have a chance. Is it gonna be the knees? Yes, it is.
And here we have the winner, Kudo and Masa Takanashi. Oh, so there we go. You see Kudo, the usual Shuten Doji drinking party after the match, but no. See, Takanashi has another match after this, and Sakaguchi apparently is driving. So there we go, Kudo drinking, and again, he's right there. He was calling for the belt. He's challenging for the Extreme Championship belt against Yuko Miyamoto.
So it's a bit of a lonely drinking party right there.
It's been that way for a while, actually, with everybody with their own separate reasons for not drinking. Okay, now the fourth match, we have Jiro Ikemen Kuroshio coming in with Joey Ryan versus Keisuke Ishii and Danshoku Dino. Now these two wrestled each other in a singles match during the Dio Grand Prix, and apparently they have come to a mutual respect and understanding of each other, thereby forming this tag team today, and I think they're adopting each other's penis-based / jacket-based offense.
Quite a combination if you have both of those.
That's right. Nope, does not enter into the ring. Very athletic, very flamboyant. No idea what that link on the back of the jacket means, but
Maybe he's a Zelda fan.
What's that?
Zelda. Maybe he's a Zelda
fan. Right. Perhaps a sponsorship from Nintendo? Unlikely. But he is a very fan-friendly guy. He always poses for you if you put up your camera for him. The fans of Korakuen just loving him and taking him in.
Well, I would say that he and his opponent, Danshoku Dino, probably have some of the most incredible entrances you can find in pro wrestling.
Incredible is a very interesting way of putting it.
Well, they're very friendly in very different ways.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But if you ever get the chance to come to Japan and watch wrestling, his entrance is something that, you know, seeing live is just...
it's one spectacle.
It's a spectacle, yeah.
Finally making his way back into the ring.
Or is he?
Even his partner Joey's starting to look a bit irritated.
Well, I think if he had his way, he'd just, you know, stay there until the time that DDT has to use Korakuen runs out.
That's right. The ref Matsui completely impatient and disgusted. As you can see right there, but Ikemen with absolutely no care in the world, and the crowd just loving it and taking it in. Matsui's trying to get Joey to convince Ikemen to enter the ring, but Joey doesn't really have any means to actually get him in the ring. Now he's hitting the north side of Korakuen Hall. Nope. And finally he's making the springboard entrance.
Well, you know, people become wrestlers for different reasons, and I think maybe one of the reasons that, you know, he dreamed to become a wrestler was so that he could enter.
Just loving it. Oh, I think he's perfectly content. Now he's leaving. Well, the entrance song is over, and
he's done his job.
Oh yeah, he's entertained the crowds. But there we go. I guess we are going to get to see him wrestle. Oh. Joey very happy to get his streamers that he actually calls them paper gifts.
Paper gifts.
Yes, and he always instructs the young boys on ringside to save all of it so that he can take it home.
That'll be interesting with the customs.
See right there? Now you saw how fun and entertaining Jiro could be, but he actually did score a pin over the KOD champion Takeshita during the Rio Grand Prix, so you know he's not to be taken lightly.
No, he can wrestle. He can definitely wrestle.
And when Takeshita lost on his way out, he was pointing at the belt and pointing at Jiro, so perhaps going down the line somewhere we could see a potential championship match between the two, which should be very interesting.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. But for now, we've got Dino picking out who he likes from the crowd, and basically, he has his choice.
Yep. And I am not going to explain what is going on.
Oh, I think you just put a lip lock on that guy.
Or maybe it's not the real lip lock, because if it was, they'd all be passed out.
That's true. It's a different kind of lip lock. Freshened up the hat.
Oh yeah.
It's incredible the things he can fit in there. I think he's got a...
It's a very stretchy spandex there.
It certainly is. My head's been in there before, so I would know.
So you've been a victim yourself.
I have, yes.
We have some other DDT wrestlers following Dino, apologizing after the carnage, but they couldn't wait for him. So they're just going to start the match. You know, just between Jiro and Dino, I think the entrance was just taking a little bit too long.
They should have them enter together next time, I think.
Oh, there you go, Jiro adopting Joey's penis-based offense there.
I think Dino's going to want to get in there when he sees that. But now that his partner's in a bit of trouble, I would hope that Dino can concentrate on what's going on inside the ring.
And focus on the end. Ah, there we go. Finally makes it to the corner.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We won 2 times. Hi, hi.
A little bit of a language barrier.
Ref Matsui not as bilingual as we are, unfortunately. But it always helps when Joey is in the ring. Makes our job definitely easier.
Well, you can see by that little past interaction, Japan is a very welcoming place. And even if he doesn't understand, he says yes.
That's right.
It's Japanese hospitality.
He went for the Manhattan drop, but Joey's penis being too hard, I think it damaged Ishii's leg, who was on the offensive.
I think Dino would be the one to handle that. He has more experience with those kind of encounters than I think his partner does.
But I think Dino actually was the first victim of the notorious penis plex.
Is that right?
Oh.
Dino has very effective ways of breaking up pinfalls as well.
I think that was the most gentle breakup of a pinfall that I've ever seen.
But it worked.
It's blaming it on Matsui.
Ooh, and a jacket attack right to the arm.
And Joey Ryan used to wrestle without the jacket, but after he was in his single match with Jiro, ever since I think he's adopted the jacket-based offense, which is working for him.
Yeah, it's very effective.
Oh. He just reversed a jumping knee with his penis.
It's a big advantage he has in there.
Starting to get worried for Ishii's knee there.
If you have somebody who's a partner to help you out when you're in tough situations, Dino is a very useful choice, I think.
He's very scary to, in the other corner, but when he's in your corner, it can be a great advantage.
Well, he's very motivated to break up the pins.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent at sneaking up behind.
I think Jiro's losing focus here. Every once in a while he has to turn back and make sure that Dino's not creeping up on him.
And I think that could be the reason that he lost focus right there and ended up flapjacked into the corner.
Dino absolutely motivated to come in. He's running through his opponents with the Dingo Bomber. And there we go. Dino pushing the ref aside, feasting on his opponent, Jiro.
I think he's pretty close to achieving his goal.
Oh, the Rainbow Maker into a lip lock. And a combination go-to Danchoku driver.
Look at that, with extra leverage, a little bit higher than usual place to put the hands.
The so-called Gotch style. Oh. Baseball chop is blocked. Oh. Oh. Dino to the rescue. It's 2-on-1 situation.
Well, I think he's giving him a shot of energy there.
Joey, oh, I think Joey is actually
amazing, and Dino could feel it from behind too.
Oh yeah,
it's a very potent attack.
He's never seen a 2-on-1 penis blast. I think that's a first.
And again.
Oh.
It didn't matter.
Anyways.
It didn't matter.
Matsui nudging Ikemen to pull his tights back up. Ikemen calling for the finish for like the 7th time during this match.
Well, he's very optimistic about what the finish might be.
Matsui getting hit by the lip lock. Oh, he passed out. Joey Ryan diving in to save Ikemen with his penis.
Well, I mean, he's using his secret weapon, but how long can he withstand it, you know?
No, but the ref is still passed out. Oh, the knee upper. Oh. Ishii giving directions to Danchoku Dino for a See a combination maneuver here. Oh no.
I have a feeling it's, yeah.
I'm not going to put this into words. Now the question is, where is that lollipop going to go?
Well, I think it just got powered up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh! I think he's dead.
And Inzagiri the back of the head. And the super kick.
All the carnage all over the ring.
But if Dino can recover from the lollipop penetration, I guess we can call it.
Right.
He might have the upper hand here.
He's looking okay. Jiro just passed out, having no energy to kick out.
Well, the question is, does Ikemen even have the consciousness to give up now?
I mean, looking at
that might help.
Looking for another victim. Matsui is coming to, trying to, I think he's going to assess the situation here.
Now, is this a submission hold or is this an illegal move? Does he have his foot under the rope? I'm not even sure what. I guess a no contest?
Yes, Matsui just called. No, actually, from the desk, the assistant producer Imabayashi called for a no contest. Matsui, ref, literally getting carried away. The DNA guy's trying to stop Dino here. To no avail.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance for Dino right here. So
he's having the time of his life.
Well, I think he's not gonna let go. I think he certainly had an effect on Ikemen there, but I think Dino's gonna stay there as long as he possibly can.
Someone's got to do something to actually get him off, but it's not. Oh. Joey Ryan with the microphone.
Dino, you are #1 crazy wrestler in DDT.
Indeed.
But I am #1 crazy gaijin. And I want to prove it at Ryogoku at the anniversary show. I want Joey Ryan versus Colt Cabana. Can I have this match?
P ちょっと今ライアンが真面目にこう直訴してるんで聞いてました？
なんてかいつまんで。
いや両国でカバナとシングルマッチやりたいんですって。どうでしょう？
Dino hears the crowd responding positively and gives the proposal a go. So for the March 25th Sumo Hall, we're going to get a one-on-one singles match between Joey Ryan and Colt Cabana to decide who the craziest gaijin wrestler is.
You are #1 crazy wrestler. 私もですね、3月25日に
両国で戦いたい相手がいるんですが、
Sasadango seizing the moment to put in a request of his own.
よろしければそこのディーノさんの下にいる黒潮イケメン二郎選手とシングルマッチをやりたいんですけど。
He just asked for a single match with Ikemen, the man who is currently under Nanshoku Dino. Literally.
I wonder what the motivation is.
どういうこと？でだいぶですね、はい、心身ともにコンディションはいいんですけども、それはいいことで、気がつくと、はい、なんかイケメンさんばっかり試合に出てるなと思いまして。
So Dango feels threatened by Ikemen, who's taking the funny guy spot on the card.
やんわりと引退を進めてるのかなっていう、ちょっと今の月1レギュラー枠もちょっと怪しいというような、ちょっと本能的にちょっと指しまして、ちょっと早めにもう今やってらっしゃる途中ではあるんですけども、はい。でもあんたのそのいくら友達。
So he wants to get rid of Ikemen so that he can secure his own spot on the card, but
俺には主張する権利があるんですよ。何
Dino not acquiescing, but that's right, he's the Iron Man champion.
アイアンマンヘビーメタル級王座をかけて黒潮イケメン二郎選手と戦って、どうぞはい。アイアンマン持ってたんだっけ？アイアンマン持ってるんですよ。普段はこうやってスウェットの下に隠してるんで誰も挑戦してこないんです。
So he's willing to put up the Iron Man Heavy Metalweight Championship on the line to wrestle against Ikemen at the Sumo Hall on March 25th.
そう言われたけど。
Jiro not quite in a condition to make a response. Seems totally out of it.
スーパーサードマシンです。
なんでしょうか。
3月25日に両国で唐突ではあるんですけど、アイアンマンヘビーメタル級チャンピオンシップをかけてシングルマッチをお願いしたいって。笑顔その顔よ。
Well, it seems the crowd wants the match.
Ikemen responding to the crowd. He's getting some of his energy back.
両国でまたシングルマッチができるんですか？
できます。
よし。よろしくお願いします。
やった。
The idea of a single match at Sumo Hall, very prestigious for any wrestler, enticing Jiro to okay the match. Dino's okay with the match too, so I think this one's a fix. Except Dango has to defend his championship to enter the match as a champion. But as you know, the Iron Man Heavy Metalweight Championship can be defended 24/7, anytime, anywhere. So Imabayashi making a request here to make sure that Sasadango has 2 defenses every week going up into Sumo Hall to promote the belt in the company, wherever he is. So a couple matches starting to get decided for the Sumo Hall show. I mean, this is what you would call the road to Judgment. And Dino right here, as it's been announced previously, he's going to be in a 3-man tag match against the Great Muta. But the partners of either teams have not been announced, and I think he's making the announcement right here.
怪奇派ではないですが。いやいや。 グレートムタとやりたいです。
It seems Ishii wants to wrestle against the Great
それは
Muta.
ともかく怪奇派じゃないと。
はい、怪奇派ではないですけど、グレートムタとやりたいです。
ご自身のことは怪奇派だと思ってらっしゃらない。じゃあ私たちのチームの戦績は
2人で。
はい、2人の。
Well, Dino's looking for scary wrestlers to go up against Great Muta. And Ishii's saying he's not necessarily the scary type in like the horrific sense, but Ishii's showing some extreme intelligence and memory here. He knows the full win-loss record of this tag team just right off the top of his head.
Incredible.
It's very scary, smart indeed, and I think that's why Dino's saying Ishii can enter the match. And he also mentioned that the third member, another scary DDT wrestler, Ken Oka, will be in the match.
Looks like they just got misted.
By damnation, Sasaki and Nendo coming in. Missed it with Coca-Cola there. Sasaki pointing out Endo's new haircut, which looks a lot less scary than it used to be. It's looking very cute, indeed. Sasaki saying, do you know what this new haircut signifies? It means that we want to tag with Great Muta. I really don't get the connection there, but
well, if it's cute, then I think Dino's more likely to give him a chance.
He's saying when Sasaki, when he was snorting things at home and was getting high, his mind went to hell, and there he met Great Muta.
Well, that would be the place to meet him.
Well, he just said that the Great Muta is just like his pet, just like Ishikawa and Mad Polly.
That is quite a statement.
That is quite a pet. But in any case, I think now we have a three-man tag match set for Sumo Hall. Danshoku Dino, Ken Oka, and Keisuke Ishii versus Great Muta, Tetsuya Endo, and Daisuke Sasaki. One hell of a card.
Along with that, it seems that we've now got Ikemen against Sasadango.
That's right. And right here, going on to the fifth match, this is the NWA final concert in Korakuen Hall. This is really its final battle.
第5試合 NWA ファイナルコンサート in 後楽園ホール6人タッグマッチ30分一本勝負。
So here we have NWA performing We Are the Hero for one last time. Makoto Oishi, Shunma Katsumata, and Mao.
So れでは2曲目聴いてください。NWA のデビュー曲「Never Give Up I Love You」。
I think they're going to try and get in all their songs since it's their last day.
That is the theme song for Sanshiro Takagi, so
The Breaking Glass.
Breaking Glass.
Interrupting NWA's second song here. Well, they have been feuding ever since the NWA was created, so I think Takagi wanted none of the song and trying to get into the way of the final concert of the NWA. Getting hit by the streamers there. Well, he's pointing out that a lot of the crowd took off to the bathrooms when NWA said they were going to sing a second song, given that there's no break today. And they had to cut Hirata's entrance, the famous Tokyo Go, because they were short on time. Hirata absolutely irate that NWA always got in the way of his entrance. And he mentions that their win-loss record is 50-50. And today they will settle the score. Not exactly on the same page, the members of T2 Heat.
Well, the referee's got to clean this up because we've got a 3-on-1 right now.
Referee Kiso looks like he's being a bit lenient here, given it's their one last chance to shine as a unit.
Well, they almost won right there. Could have been over in 5 seconds.
Oishi on the offense here. Beautiful drop kick. Hirata is often, understood as a comedic wrestler, but Every once in a while you see his very athletic side. He was going for his Tokyo Go sunglasses, but just got thrown out.
And just like that, all the momentum from the drop kick is gone.
Oishi, relatively an older member within the NWA, and seemed very winded after all the songs he had to sing, but I think he's recovered after the little break he got.
Oh, right in the face.
Oh, it's showing some lucha action there.
Well, the head scissors takedown might be the chance to finally. There it is. There's a tag, and in comes Owashi.
Another former luchador slash sumo wrestler.
What a combination.
And there we see the lucha side of him. Very impressive.
And in comes Takagi.
With the the dragon ring into the dragon screw. Oh, another dragon screw. It's on fire. Ooh. Now Mao just turned 21 today, but Takagi just recently turned 48. But look at the athleticism here.
Hey man, there's a space rolling elbow.
From a 48-year-old lifting two wrestlers. Wow. Is he going for the finish? Could this be it? Hirata asking for the opportunity to finish NWA with his very own hands. And Takagi, being a very kind CEO, he often acquiesces to this request, which doesn't always work out. Triple drop kick. Very well timed triple springboard drop kick. They're ready to finish Hirata right now.
And it looks like NWA has a good chance.
Oh, going for the miracle ecstasy. No.
Right in the pressure point, I think those were.
That's right. Oh. Amazing chop battle between the two. A little key attack there.
What is it called? The 1-inch punch, I think.
Now that he's gotten rid of his opponents, he's going to go into the song, but it's still in the middle of the match. And his partners aren't around either.
Well, maybe he's transitioning to being a
solo artist.
Solo artist.
And here we have a battle between Tokyo Go and the NWA song Never Give Up, I Love You. I'm not sure I really understand the dynamics here, but I think the 3-on-1 is giving NWA the upper hand, but now that Tito He is back to 3 members,
it's been evened out now. Look at that, now they're working together on the dance. I thought one of them was going to get served.
I think Tito He got coaxed into dancing, but it was a ploy.
Could this be it?
Oh. The pinfall gets broken up, but it's Katsumata versus and Shinra wins with the lightning spiral.
8分36秒勝者勝俣シュマ
The NWA succeeding in going out with a victory.
Well, now the question is whether they have a goodbye song, I guess. Or if that interrupted one counted as it.
LWA 最後の試合で皆さんの応援のおかげで勝つことができました。ありがとうございました。ありがとうございました。
Now they wanted to disband. This was intentional on their part because they wanted to move forward. But the big question here now is what the future holds for each and every member.
次を見ています。ねえ、真央ちゃん。
普通の女のプロレスラーに戻ります。
女の子って言ったね今。
はい、すみません。これからはマイク・ベイリーと組んでいっぱい暴れていきたいと思っているので、これからもソロ活動になった真帆を応援よろしくお願いします。
So Mao declaring that he will officially be forming a tag team with Speedball Mike Bailey.
今まで NWA として応援していただきありがとうございました。自分は次に行きたいユニットは自分の中で決まってます。まあそのユニットでもっともっと自分の個人のスキルをつけて。
So Katsumata not clarifying exactly what, but he says that he does have a stable he wishes to join going forward.
これからも頑張ります。今までありがとうございました。
We'll have to see what it is.
私大石誠、個人的にこの DDT にあるベルトを全て集めることをグランドスラムと言っているんですけれども、まあ僕の勝手なあれなんですけど、僕はあと KOD 無差別級さえ取ればグランドスラムなんですよね。一人になった俺は KOD 無差別に照準を。
Now, Oishi mentioning that he wants to complete the Grand Slam, or in other words, he's won every single belt in DDT except for the KOD Openweight Championship. Now, this is a feat that only Oishi and Ken Oka have accomplished, and he is just one away from completing the Grand Slam, so that's what he's going to be doing going forward. But before they do so, for the one last time, this is the NWA breakup concert song. So that is it for NWA, who have been the new wrestling idols for 20 months approximately.
Quite a long time to stick with something, isn't it? Especially in wrestling.
Especially in DDT.
Especially in DDT.
Saying their thank yous and goodbyes to their fans and each other. So there you go, Speedball Mike Bailey coming to pick Mao up, paying respect to the elder members of the NWA. Sort of looking like a boyfriend picking up his prom date and being very well behaved in front of the parents. Oishi approves. It's a very moving moment. And Oishi, who didn't mention any particular stable, leaves on his own. Oh! We see Takeshita and Akito, the members of All Out, shaking hands. So apparently Katsumata, when he said he had a stable in mind, was All Out, which makes perfect sense because Katsumata is best friends with Diego, who recently left and vacated a spot in All Out. Katsumata and Diego once a tag team called Los Amigos, and I think he's here to carry on the legacy of Diego. This is beautiful.
Kenny Omega, El Generico, そしてマイク・ベイリー。これまで DDT マットを盛り上げてきたカナダ人レスラーたち。そんなカナダから第4の男が襲来。イーサン・ペイジ。188センチ、101キロのこの男が DDT マットに嵐を呼ぶ。
All Ego Ethan Page, the best Canadian athlete on earth, and ready to take over DDT.
こうご期待。
はい、というわけで3月2日新木場大会より
Well, we can see from the past video just there that DDT has had some very successful Canadian wrestlers in Kenny Omega, El Generico, Mike Bailey. Now Ethan Page would be the fourth big Canadian to come to DDT.
Making very bold statements here, calling himself the best Canadian athlete, right after we got introduced to some very high-profile Canadian athletes in the video just right.
Indeed, we're going to have to see how he does when he comes to DDT.
So he's going to be making an appearance at Sumo Hall on March 25th.
21周年記念大会参戦決定選手発表。レディ・ビアード、佐伯レイカ、奥田圭佑、よしこ、ジャッジメント2018 DDT 旗揚げ21周年記念大会チケット絶賛発売中。
So on top of All Ego Ethan Page, we just had some more additional announcements for the March 25th Sumo Hall show. Ladybeard, who is currently a 10-man tag champ at DDT, and Reika Saiki, who is the former champ at Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, Okuda, who is currently a member of Naomi Kingdom at DNA, and Yoshiko, who was Saki Akai's opponent during her debut match back in Sumo Hall.
Well, it looks to be quite a stacked event.
And now we have coming in the 3 members of Damnation, Daisuke Sasaki, Tetsuya Endo with his new cute haircut, and Mad Paulie. With a collar and leash, being the pet of Daisuke Sasaki. And their opponents coming in, Takeshita Konosuke, the KOD Openweight Champion, Akito, his partner in All Out, and Speedball Mike Bailey. Now coming into the match, they didn't have Shuma Katsumata as their 3rd member, so here we have Speedball Mike Bailey taking the place of Diego. You can see Akito's hair having grown out a little bit after he had his head shaved in a Hairbuster's hair match with today's opponent, Daisuke Sasaki. champ Takeshita with 10 defenses under his belt, but Damnation attacking before the bell.
And a very nice leg lariat right there.
Takeshita hasn't even had the chance to get his tank top off.
He did start quite quickly. Now he's got a match strength against Mad Polly.
Mad Polly's looking scary as ever here, but you know, he's got a pretty big female fan base.
Is that right?
Calls themselves the Pojoshis, as opposed to the Pujoshis, which are the females, the Joshis that are fans of Puro. Ooh. Twisting moonsault to the outside, but being sent into the ring post by Sasaki. Now Endo here, looking great with a great physique, just quite misleading actually. It disguises the decadent lifestyle of Damnation outside the ring. Damnation being known under the mantra of not conforming, not kissing ass, and not getting married, some of which I can certainly relate to. Sasaki didn't do too well at the Dio Grand Prix. He won 3 and lost 3, and earlier in the year he pointed out that his 2018 was already over for him and wanted the fans to look forward to his performance in 2019. He said he was going to take the rest of the year off, but yet he puts together an arrangement to tag with legendary Great Muta.
Yeah, how could he pass that up? Well, we've got Damnation putting a beat down on Bailey right now.
Vicious knee to the back of Mike Bailey.
That's going to take the air right out of him, wear him out.
Beautiful drop kick by Sasaki. Couple minutes into the match and Speedball still not being able to tag his partners in.
Taking more and more damage to the midsection.
Huge elbows by Paulie. Spinning kick to the head of Paulie.
And down he goes.
Can barely get the tag now.
He's close. Oh yeah, he got it.
Akito coming in. Gut-wrench suplex by Akito, showing off his amateur wrestling background. Oh, a very smart move into a double dragon screw.
There's a spear. Is that enough? No, Polly's out.
Now in the Dio Grand Prix, Akito had 2 wins and 4 losses. Given his current position in DDT, we would have expected him to do a little better, but again, he did score a win over Sasaki, whom again, he lost against in a hair versus hair match to lose his beautiful long hair. And there we have the matchup. Sasaki versus Akito.
Oh, a nice roll up.
Into the crippler crossface.
What an elaborate way to get in there.
His partner's immediately coming in to cut the opponent partners. Could this be it?
He might be a little bit too close to the ropes on this one.
But he rolls back. Maybe he was listening to you. Oh, but he lifts Sasaki into the Ashi Yokosuka. The reverse knee crusher. Beautiful combination by All Out. Beautiful crossbody by Takeshita.
But not enough. It's going to be tough to get Paulie out of the ring.
And you can hear the young female fans cheering after Paulie. Beautiful belly to belly into Paulie. Very smart move. Now I think that finally took Paulie out.
He's got a good chance right now with Sasaki in a vulnerable position.
Misses the Irrigan Lariat. Reversing each other's moves into a devastating elbow. Oh, Endo sweeps the legs of Takeshita.
Incredible timing with the drop kick.
And tags himself in. Standing run-up. Beautiful springboard elbow.
But not quite enough.
Looking for the torture rack bomb. Endo and Takeshita, rivals and former tag partners. The tag team boasting a win over the Golden Lovers, but now on separate sides.
Well, you can see from that experience working together, they know what each other's going to do.
Yes. I mean, look at the combined body fat of these two, or the lack thereof. I mean, this is just two amazing athletes in the ring. Ooh. Bailey gets up after the standing shooting star. Heel kick. But jumping knees right in the jaw. Standing, twisting, shooting star press.
Showing off his agility.
Now Bailey also scoring a victory over Sasaki during the Dio Grand Prix. Ooh. Now this time Sasaki sweeping the legs. Incredible combination by Damnation. Endo orders Paulie to get down. And moonsault off of the back of Paulie.
What elevation.
Endo putting his gymnastics background to very good use here. And a combination.
Oh, he got out of it. Watch out from behind.
Endo rolls out. Sorry, Sasaki rolls out. Beautiful combination. Akito pulls on the legs of Endo and Takeshita out of nowhere.
Well, everybody with knees.
Combination pop-up knee drop. Moonsault knee drop. And Endo still kicks out, but looking completely devastated here.
Well, it's certainly one move where flipping around will give you a lot more momentum.
Oh, the Tatsumaki Senpukyaku, or the Hurricane Kick. Into, oh, the Ultima Weapon. Into the Green Tea Plunge. But Paulie just lifts him up into a DDT and a German. Oh my god. Speedball being ragdolled here.
Can they take over Paulie though? No. Unless, no. Ooh.
Neither going down. Huge German suplex by Matt Paulie, but Takeshita with the lariat. And everybody down.
Who's gonna be first? Is it Bailey? No.
Now I believe these two are the legal men. Going for the torture rack bomb, but no. Ooh.
Well, that's a great way to counter that.
It's handspring. Reverses the German suplex. Tetsuya in the sky, going for the, oh, but Bailey reverses.
He almost had him.
Seeing that the Tetsuya in the sky was not enough. Endo now going for Tetsuya in the sky with diamonds. The 1, 2, And
that's
3.
It. Well, the agility displayed in that match was very impressive.
The combination of the agility, technique, and power. Very well-balanced team. This Damnation. Damnation still beating down on All Out.
You think they'd be satisfied enough with the win?
Oh no. Oh, but from behind. Katsumata to the rescue with an all-out t-shirt. 1-on-3. Just too much to handle for Katsumata. Triple powerbomb.
I guess they're not very happy with the team he picked to join.
Ooh. Bittersweet start for Katsumata and the new All Out.
今の全盛期ほぼ同世代ガチ頑張ろう。
DO グランプリ決勝。そこに立つのは新世代の騎手ではない。共にキャリア15年以上の歴史とプライドを築いた男たちだ。遡ること15年前、2人はプロレス甲子園という若手のリーグ戦に出場していた。これはあの時まだ何者でもなかった2人の男の物語。
DDT の若手のリーグ戦っていうしっかり結果出してやろうって思ってる中で初戦ですからね。しかも開始数分ですよ、あれ足を骨折したの。
当時原島はヒーローというマスクマンだった。公式戦初戦となる石川との試合で足の甲を骨折。以降の公式戦欠場を余儀なくされた。
3週間か4週間で復帰したんです。悔しいから早く骨がくっつきました本当に。
その悔しさと負けん気が自身を団体のエースにさせるとは当時の原島は知る由もなかった。
デビューした時なんか本当に馬場さんのオマージュレスラーでしかなかったんで、身長高いだけで何の取り柄もないやつになんか変わるきっかけを与えてあげようっていう会社側の優しい配慮だったかもしれないです。
石川はただ身長が高いという理由だけでジャイアント馬場さんに寄せたタイツを履きデビューした。
で体を生かしきれてないし、本当大きいけど細い。
プロレスで何を見せていけばいいかっていうのは全然分かんなかった。本当は空中サポートがしたかったんだけどレイ・ミステル好きだった
だが後に馬場さんが設立した団体で活躍し三冠ヘビー級王者になるとは当時の石川は知る由もなかった。
もともと松浦さん好きで見た通り強いっていう感じのレスラーになりたいっていうところに行き着いたっていうか、そこを今も目指してるっていう。
フリーランスとなり2017年大活躍した大巨人は DDT 最大の脅威となり DO グランプリ制覇に王手をかける。
お金だとか生活だとかのを一番に考えたら、続けてないんじゃないですかね。
一方の原島は
DDT の長男のごとき存在として DDT を第一線で守り続けてきた。何より DDT でプロレスをすることが彼にとって大事だったから。
自分がいる DDT が好きでやってきたことで気がついたらしっかり団体として形になってて、今日より明日が良くなると信じて続けてきた結果ですね。はい、
マスクを脱ぎ不動のエースとして走り続けてきた。
DO グランプリですよ。 DDT の O を決めるグランプリで他団体の選手には絶対それはなってほしくないし、 DDT を出てった選手にもそれは取ってほしくないし。
リーグ戦の制覇、それは原島にとって青春の忘れ物。
A ブロック上がってきたのは年齢不詳ですけどどうせやと原島さんでよかったような気がします。
もう決して若くない。されど今が全盛期。新世代の波が押し寄せる中、決勝に残ったのはこの2人。
まあ DO の D はでかいの D だね自分にとっては。
でかいの
D でかいの D、
でかいやつが勝つ。
そうそうそう、でかいやつなんですよ。まあ俺が一番プロレス界ででかくて強いんで、
またこの2人で決勝戦を戦えるっていうのは、これは完全ドラマチックの D だと思いますね。
それぞれの D を背負い15年の時を経て、これが俺たちの全盛期。メインイベント DO グランプリ2018優勝決定戦。 B ブロック代表石川修司 VS A ブロック代表原島。
So here we are with the main event of the night, the DO Grand Prix Finals. Shuji Ichikawa, winner of the B block, against Harashima, the winner of the A block.
Ishikawa had a much better record than Harashima did in the preliminaries.
He actually went through everybody and beat everybody except for Sasaki, who is his owner / master.
Perhaps that had something to do with it psychologically, who knows.
Actually, Sasaki had to put 3 steel chairs through Ishikawa's head to actually win, so it was a very hard-fought, devastating match. But here he is, winner of the B block, Shuji Ishikawa. Just one more victory and the winner of this match will go on to main event March 25th, Judgment at Sumo Hall against the champion Konosuke Takeshita.
Well, I know neither of these men are any strangers to being on the main event scene.
That is definitely true.
For quite a long time, in fact. So.
Yes. Harashima, often dubbed DDT's older brother or the eldest son of DDT, he is a 9-time KOD champion with a record 24 defenses. Often called the ace of DDT. Harashima looking very pumped up for the match, in contrast to Ishikawa, seemingly a lot more calmer than Harashima here. Harashima facing a very tough opponent in Ishikawa, who's had an amazing year. At All Japan, he won the Triple Crown, the Champion Carnival, and the Tag League, as well as the tag belts recently on January 3rd. He is on a roll. He says that he is in his prime right now. That is Ishikawa, the big dog, weighing in at 285 pounds today. Harashima going for the handshake.
Well, there it is. I think they both intend to fight a clean fight here.
Now, Dean on the Japanese commentary here mentioning that given that Takeshita, the champion, had a target on his back, you could perhaps say that these two were the most likely winners of the respective blocks. Now, going back to the video that was shown before the match earlier, they both have 15-year careers here at DDT. And the video was from a round-robin tournament for upcoming wrestlers back in 2003, their debut year. And this was when Harashima fought under a hood as Hero. And Ishikawa basically had a giant Baba gimmick simply because he was very scrawny, skinny, but tall. Despite the fact that he actually wanted to be a high flyer because he likes Rey Mysterio. Now, Harashima actually broke his foot into this, just minutes into that match, and he missed the rest of the tournament from this injury. And here he's coming in, and he wants to make up for that, for missing out in the tournament 15 years ago by coming in and winning this tournament.
Yes, these pairs certainly have an extremely long history. So for longtime fans of DDT, you know, who have seen these two through their days with Poison Sawada Julie, and
it's a long time ago.
All the, you know, all the old times. This should be an extremely rewarding match to watch.
Yes. All these years later, and Harashima, he went on to become the ace of DDT, whereas Ishikawa, he is now plowing through all the titles and tournaments and promotions that, in the promotion that Baba created, which, you know, is poetic given that he debuted with a giant Baba gimmick.
Although I would say comparatively, maybe Harashima has a bit more experience as a main eventer. If you go back, I think maybe Ishikawa was a little bit more of a late bloomer.
Yes, most definitely. Oh, a foot stomp onto the chest of Ishikawa here. You can see all the battle scars on Ishikawa's back, having fought in many hardcore matches and death matches too.
Oh, look at that strength. You can just push him right off of him.
With the obvious size advantage of Ishikawa, Harashima's going to have to compete with speed and high flying, and well, he's also got the strikes, but so does Ishikawa, so this is going to be no easy task for Harashima here.
No, it really won't be, because you know, to some extent Ishikawa can compete with his speed at times. You know, he's a very agile man for his size.
Very deceivingly fast.
And you mentioned he wanted to be a high flyer. I think he, you know, he still has the agility and the speed, even, you know, right now saying that he's in his prime to keep up with Harashima.
He could have something up his sleeve, and if anywhere, this would be the place to pull it out.
But so far it looks like Harashima has the advantage.
Ishikawa fighting back right as we speak. Oh. Sliding like a bowling ball into the chairs of Korakuen Hall.
I've had that happen to me, and it's never fun.
It's definitely fun to watch, but
Unless you're sitting in one of those chairs.
Or just like Harashima right now, unless Ishikawa is throwing chairs at you.
And I can tell you the two things you're worrying about when somebody's throwing you into chairs like that. The first thing is, am I going to be okay? And the second thing is, why didn't that old guy sitting in the chair move out of the way?
Oh, double foot stomp onto the back of Harashima, which looked like it was cut up. Or very huge welts on the back of Harashima. Again, you can see all the scars on the back of Ishikawa. He's telling stories of the hard-fought battles during his career. Whoa! Did the ring just break?
Looking at the ropes, it certainly seems that something may have snapped, maybe a support cable, and the tightness that should be in the ropes is now gone. This should change things maybe in Ishikawa's favor, actually, because
this is going to take away any high flying or just bouncing off the rings, and for Harashima.
Right, which is something that he would have been able to use to his advantage, seeing that he
But again, how often have you seen someone just running the ropes and breaking a ring? It tells you how...
It doesn't happen very often. I haven't seen it that often.
The big dog Ishikawa just too big to be contained in a pro wrestling ring.
Well, my concern is the next step would be the ring itself collapsing.
You can see the other members of Damnation on the ringside, obviously not helping with the repair of the ring.
Well, I don't think it's possible during the match.
Unless the damage is under the ring, perhaps someone could crawl under. And as expected, Ishikawa being on the offense, and Harashima really is going to have to look hard to find a way to come up with a comeback here.
It's going to be tough. He's going to have to rely on strikes, I would imagine, because it'll be impossible for him to overpower him, and we've got those broken ropes.
But again, Harashima, you know, he's not the type to shy away from kicking Ishikawa into those slack, unsafe ropes, so...
That's true, but the last time that Harashima was able to beat Ishikawa was by using the ropes to do a springboard sumato. And I don't see how he could possibly springboard in this condition.
He must be thinking, on his feet, oh, like we said, well, this could be really dangerous here, you know. One strike could send Ishikawa flying outside the ring.
Well, this may be stupid. I'll be the first to say. Let's see if he can do it. He did it.
Manages to lift Ishikawa at 285 pounds with a Falcon Arrow. Now again, he would springboard, but with the ropes all slacked up, he can only do a standing
Right,
foot stomp.
I keep seeing him instinctively trying to go to the ropes, but every time he does it and they're not where you would expect him to be, I think he realizes that.
And again, he has to rely on throws and suplexes, but in that arena, Ishikawa with the obvious advantage.
That could not feel good on his tailbone right there.
Oh, a smart way to use the slack ropes. Thinking on his feet.
I'm sure he could jump over them, but using them to...
Oh. This is not good for Harashima. This is Ishikawa's giant swing outside the ring. Straight into the chairs. You can see the DNA wrestlers scrambling in the back. They're trying to fix the ring.
Well, let's certainly give Harashima his chance to use his high-flying arsenal if they can get it, fixed in time.
Oh!
But in the meantime, he's using the apron.
Running apron Somato. $19. Barely makes it back. And to my eyes, it looks like the ring is back in shape.
I think we're not going to know until Ishikawa hits the ropes again.
Reverse Rana. Huge reverse Rana.
Right on the back of his head.
Oh, running Somato. Huge lariat by Ishikawa. And I think from the way things look, the ring is looking pretty alright now.
What a surprise, the first person to use the newly fixed ropes would be Ishikawa.
On the corner. Harashima going for the superplex, but ooh, a huge headbutt by Ishikawa. Reverses with a kick.
Well, we managed to pick him up before, so this could happen.
Huge superplex.
It looks like just hitting the ring from that height has caused the pain to flare up, maybe in his back and in his legs, where he.
Ishikawa's been attacking Harashima's lower back and the outside during the beginning of the match, so it's paying off right now. Who's getting up first? Elbow exchange. Planting their feet. Obviously not the smart strategy for Harashima, but big headbutt to the head. Dragon suplex. Ooh.
That could be it.
Pair of lariats.
No, Harashima gets out of two.
Barely gets his shoulder up.
I think if he hits one more big move on him, that'll be the end.
Could be. Goes for the splash mountain.
Harashima's going to need to find a way out. He does.
Beautiful runner reversal into a Somato in the back of the head.
Oh.
not get the Somato, gets reversed with a huge clothesline. Oh, running knee lift. Harashima's still kicking out, but he's gonna have to find something to actually. Oh! Ishikawa motions for the Kamigoe knee strike, which would definitely be the. Oh, but Harashima.
Wow, out of nowhere with the Somato.
A Kamigoe style Somato. But Harashima can't get up. The ref counting a double knockout. Again, an elbow exchange with planted feet. Listen to the sound of those elbows.
They're not holding back.
Well, as expected. Oh! The sound of those headbutts, oh my god. Harashima with a crazed look on his face. Lifts Ishikawa. Another Falcon Arrow. Or should I say a Hurricane Driver.
Well, he's got the advantage right now. This could send him to the main event.
Oh,
at
but
Sumo
catches
Hall.
the Somato
No.
again. To the Fire Thunder.
Spiked him right on his head.
Oh, kicks out at one.
He needed to pin him better. That was, he didn't hook the leg. He didn't. Ooh,
Running leaf.
that was
knee
a
lift.
clean shot.
That has to be it. But
somehow he finds it within him to kick out.
What does he do now, though? Got Harashima's eyes. He looks out of it.
He's gonna have to wait for Ishikawa to make a move and try to reverse it. He was able to reverse this one before.
The Splash Mountain?
Not
But
this
he
time.
Gets it. Oh, this has to be it.
Wow!
Barely.
Barely out of
Just
last minute.
barely.
Harashima does not want to give up, but if you just look at his eyes, you can see his eyes are
Bloodshot.
bloodshot. He's been dropped on his head, hit in the head, headbutting him.
But again, Ishikawa, he was frothing out the mouth too. I mean, this is no easy task for him. How does he put him away?
But right now he is taking less damage than Harashima is, so Harashima's going to need to do something. This could be his chance.
Oh, right in the jaw. And on the top of the head.
And that'll do it. That'll turn the tables.
Oh, double arm lock. Headbutt. The Kamigoe knee strike.
Harashima does not look...
How's he even alive?
Oh, and that was a clean one too. It's got to be just instinct at this point.
All the huge strikes he's getting on the head, but... Giant slam!
Can he get out? No.
Oh, and Ishikawa goes to Judgment at Sumo Hall on March 25th.
Well, this is a big win for Ishikawa after all he's been through.
Truly still at his prime, proving his very worth. But Harashima has nothing to be ashamed of. What a fight he put up. Just refusing to go down until the very end. Showing why he is the true ace of DDT.
Before tonight, the ace is Ishikawa as he takes the win for the tournament.
I'm just worried if Harashima can appear at Sumo Hall given the beating that he took today.
I'm concerned. At the very least, he seems concussed.
But he's already sitting up, so...
I think he just realized what happened.
So there he is, the champion Takeshita. Now he knows who he's going up against at Sumo Hall. And going into the award ceremony here. Here we have Shuji Ishikawa, champion of the inaugural DO Grand Prix tournament.
Was, I guess, a complete victory, just the one loss. Other than that, it rolled through everybody.
Exactly. Harashima devastated, but leaving the ring on his own 2 feet, which is an amazing accomplishment on its own, given what just went down in the ring.
石川選手、DO グランプリ優勝おめでとうございます。今の気持ちをお聞かせください。
原島選手、めちゃくちゃ強かったです。原島さんがやっぱり決勝の相手で良かったなと思います。
And he is paying his respect to his opponent, Harashima. This guy is a very strong opponent.
タイトル歴の中に DO グランプリ中大覇者っていう肩書きがつきました。これからはその名に恥じない戦いをもっともっとしていきます。
So now he is the inaugural winner of the DO Grand Prix. He takes home the right to face Takeshita in the main event of Sumo Hall, as well as a 2 million yen cash prize.
KOD 無差別級選手権チャンピオン竹下幸之助対挑戦者石川修司に決定いたしました。チャンピオンリングに上がってください。お願いします。
Now they're calling the champion to the ring.
And here you have it. This is the main event of Judgment 2018.
それでは一言ずつ意気込みを聞かせてください。
竹下、そのベルト、俺が巻いた方がもっと輝くよ。だから3月25両国でそのベルト俺がもらってそのベルトをもっと光らせてやる。
Ishikawa is saying that he can make the belt shine stronger if it's around his waist.
石川さんのプロレス界に対する貢献度、それは間違いなく日本一だと思います。確かにこのベルトは僕より石川さんの方が輝くかもしれないし似合うのかもしれません。でも僕はこの約1年間このベルトを守ってきた。そのあとはもう維持、それだけで石川さん、あなたから必ず両国防衛したいと思いますので、もう一度両国でこのリング破壊しましょう。
Takeshita saying you may be right given all of your accolades, but as champ there's no way he can accept defeat. Now he's saying let's go break another ring at Sumo Hall.
Well, I don't know if that would be in his best interest. I think the ring could have really played a part, actually, in the outcome of this match.
I cannot disagree on that one right there. And here he comes. Sasaki, as usual, is discontent with Ishikawa's babyface promo. Usually this is where Sasaki kicks Ishikawa in the back, but he commends Ishikawa for beating up Harashima, who they all hate. Now he goes to Endo. By the way, Endo, what's up with the hairdo? Care to explain? He's pressing.
ちょっとカリスマ髪型の話はデリケートな問題なんでちょっと NG でお願いします。
Apparently talking about his hair is too delicate of a problem to discuss.
But the fans want to hear.
いやそんなことはどうでもいいんだよ。どうでもいいんですよ。
But Endo not backing down.
聞きたくないでしょ?
And we gotta get to the bottom of this.
あんたらが違うちょっと待って。あんたらが聞きたいのは
The crowd asking for an explanation.
ちょっと待って。あんたらが聞きたいのは俺のこの髪型の説明じゃなくて石川さんの美声でしょう。石川さん、ささやかながら俺からプレゼントがあります。
So Endo has a gift for winning the tournament.
Which, by the way, is a great way to redirect the talking from his hair to something else.
This is trying to become a DDT staple here. Ishikawa closing the show with a song. You see Paulie dancing there. And to give a little explanation to the foreign fans, this song is called Koi, which is a very popular song in Japan this past year, and if you search hard on the deepest of the interwebs, you will find versions of this dance by the women of Tokyo Joshi, or even by Caroline Kennedy, who is the former US ambassador to Japan. So imagine the US ambassador doing this dance that Paulie is doing right now. Endo clapping along in the back. Endo looking very happy, but Sasaki looking very discontent. Ishikawa declaring that he's going to win over Takeshita at Sumo Hall and close the show with another Ishikawa karaoke outing with Pochan.
Well, now I want him to win.
Now I should mention that Ishikawa mentioned that regarding his 2 million cash prize, that he was going to invest 1.9 million of the 2 million into Bitcoins and then share the remainder of 50,000 yen each with Endo and Sasaki.
Bitcoin. Dropping lately. If it goes up, it's a good idea, but
I would suggest otherwise. You see there, Sasaki walking away with the cash prize.
Maybe Sasaki's got a Bitcoin account he can help Ishikawa with, who knows.
Ishikawa being left in the ring with just the trophy. But with this victory and the rest of the events that happened today, think we have a pretty good image of what the Sumo Hall show is going to turn out to become.
Oh yeah, and it's going to be a good one.
So, how was your first ever experience with the DDT English recap show?
Well, what a great event it was to start with. I got to see, Ikemen's backside a lot more than I ever thought I would. And the main event was spectacular.
Yes, and now we have a main event for the March 25th Judgment 2018 with Ishikawa against the champion Konosuke Takeshita. But first, next month on the next English recap show, we have another Korakuen show on February 25th, which will feature key matches such as the Extreme Championship with Katsumata challenging for the Extreme Championship held by Yuko Miyamoto. And then we have a couple more matches that are going to lead to the March 25th Sumo Hall show. One is a singles match, a very important singles match between Kazusada Higuchi and Naomichi Marufuji from Pro Wrestling Noah. And we also have a tag match with the champion Konosuke Takeshita and Harashima going up against Ishikawa, who we just saw in the main event, tagging with Daisuke Sekimoto.
Power team.
This is going to be another amazing, can't miss Korakuen show from February 25th. And we're not so sure if we're going to be actually doing this show next month, but we'll just have to see on that. But in any event, you will be watching the February 25th Korakuen show on DDT Universe on the English recap show again. So until then, goodbye, sayonara.
Thanks for watching.